Hey guys. Yeah. Sorry, I have to go.
So why do you still feel the need to constantly say that racism is bad when you already know that they know racism is bad?
Because there might be people who cross over who don't know.
You don't know. There are plenty of people that have not been given the opportunity to understand. I mean, you guys are learning about racism right here, right now.
What you mean?
I've learned about it my whole life.
You should
I
be
live in
learning things
California.
right now that you don't know. Oh, you live in California. Gotcha. No, you should be learning shit right now.
Miles Morales. He is indeed, again, Miles Morales. He's also a Spider-Man.
Your content is slander.
Charles Chucky here, the CEO and owner of Burgerverse, the anti-woke meat burger.
Apply it consistently or shut the fuck up.
Saying that I was claiming her husband, her deceased husband, Darwin Cook, was Comicsgate. That was a lie.
So have you ever said that he's Comicsgate?
No, I don't
Here's
think
a tweet
so.
from you. Have fun scraping work in a dead industry that if you suck enough corporate dick, you'll be able to earn in a lifetime what I earned drawing frogs independently. By the way, Darwin Cook
Wait,
was
show
Comicsgate.
it, bring it up.
Everything's woke. Woke is bad. Wokey woke, 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 woke.
I don't think I need an introduction.
I don't understand it.
Hey, Norm, if you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I would. I'd be delicious.
Does your person wear glasses? Yes.
He's an asshole.
Men nowadays aren't struggling because feminists aren't allowing them to be men. No, men are struggling as they always have due to growing up with rigid rules for what they should be. Men shouldn't show emotion, a man shouldn't cry if he needs to, men don't talk to other men about their feelings. I would know this because I am a man.
I am no man.
Whoa!
I am no
Whoa.
man?
So all of a sudden, it's okay for women to stab men in the face.
Yeah,
what this
yeah,
movie is
that's what
saying?
she's promoting right now.
Logically, there must be something in this this documentary, right? That where she does something bad, right, and he doesn't, right?
Oh, guys,
And that's why they're focusing on her
Probably.
alone, right?
do you not know why they're focusing on her? Are y'all just being
Well, I mean, I know a
sarcastic, or-
couple reasons why they're doing it, but
No, there's really just one. Well, okay, so there's the fact that a Netflix doc is out, so that means it's in the algorithm, and it's that benefits them obviously. But the second one is she's not like all white.
which is crazy. It's not even something I would even know unless it was pointed out.
Related to something about her cousin being a weed grower or whatever, but
The foolish detractor can't stop. In this video, I present to you the top detractors of Eric July since the summer of 2022 to May of 2023. There are many more, but these are the most consistent haters.
right out of the gate, man, detractors, haters, never critics, never critics. It's criticism whenever it's them. It's detracting and hating when it's us.
Us like pointing out when Eric July is wrong, that's bad. But Eric July just shitting on people all day, that's good.
Yeah, apparently.
Honestly, it makes us sound really cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The Fandom Initiative is a group of people on a mission to counter anti-woke sentiment on YouTube. They feel as though the YouTube algorithm pushes harmful content to fans who are at risk of indoctrination by consuming repetitive right-wing rage bait videos.
Damn, dude. Yes.
Facts.
Spot on.
Exactly. Man, they're like describing us better than we describe ourselves.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better description.
The Fandom Initiative members are Actual Fandom, Organized Chaos, Turf Nation, Eric's Reloaded, Blurry Films, along with several other people who occasionally collaborate with the group. The initiative says, "We are passionate fans of film, TV, comics, and video games. We'd love to make YouTube videos about the things we enjoy, but the culture of YouTube fandom makes this impossible, thanks to certain networks and clusters of content creators who depend on outrage, deception, and harassment to drive clicks and bring in revenue. More and more people are fed up with that toxic content and culture."
Man, what asshole wrote that?
Actual Fandom loves to make memes. He is an expert, highly skilled. Check these out.
Wait, what? Did he just call me an expert, highly skilled memist? Is that what he's saying? What?
Actual Fandom loves to make memes. He is an expert, highly skilled. Check these out.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no, this is what I loved because I was like, these
Yes.
are fucking awesome. These are
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
like, dude, you can't make fun of that one and not realize you're making fun of Eric's fucking cards.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm fucking dying, man. I'm fucking dying over here. This is incredible.
I know.
I have tried to build Geeks and Gamers by doing it the structured way, the methodical way, the think it out, prep it, take notes, think about everything you're going to say, and it fucking failed miserably on me. The day that I started doing what I'm doing right now, which is what you're, having a problem with, is the day that I started becoming successful.
Have a million spider folk, which doesn't even make sense when you consider Peter's origin.
I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker.
Talking about Peter Darker.
Fun fact: Eric used to like the character, even saying he's more than just a black Peter Parker, but he changed his tune when he found out he could make more money pandering to racist comic book fans who hate Miles Morales.
You're just actively making shit up, ha ha ha.
Did you used to like him? Not judging or whatever. Just curious.
No.
You sure about that?
Do you like Miles Morales then?
No.
You sure about that?
Yeah, some characters have been written decently that are of different races and have suited up in the suit of a hero or a version of that hero. One of the more obvious is Miles Morales as Spider-Man.
You're just actively making shit up, ha ha ha.
Miles Morales has his own background. This is far better than just simply making Peter Parker a black guy.
Talking about Peter Darker.
But Miles is an exception, make no mistake.
I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker.
And it will always be preferable to have another character with his own unique skill set, unique art. This is far better than just simply making Peter Parker a black guy.
Spider-Man, who does not have the strength or the ability to stop a train, but he still figures it out because he knows he has to.
I actually want to take a look at that train scene because I feel like you're maybe misremembering some stuff.
And he still stops it. He still does.
We're slowing down.
There's my boy. There's my boy. He saved the day. Oh, shit.
Case closed.
You're right.
What the fuck is
I did
that?
not remember that.
Things are always going to be woke at some point or another, according to their criteria. Because anytime progress is made, it's quote unquote woke, and progress always happens. Like if you go back to the 80s and look at movies in the 80s that were considered cutting edge back then, by today's definition, they would consider that to be woke.
Right.
It's a dumb thing to argue about.
I got you, man. I mean, I get what you're saying, like, but that's not, I mean, that's not why. That's why people think they're comparing it, but why it actually is even this was not a thing until the last few years. Manga's been around for a long time. Western comics been around for a long time. First of all, they're both comics. Second of all, they're not in competition. Third of all, so therefore it's just like a fallacy to even compare them as if there's some reason to. Like, you have to wonder, why would somebody put that narrative forward if there's no benefit to it, except it does benefit certain people.
Probably the biggest frustration for me in all of this is this alt community taking something positive like the word woke and turning it into something that we constantly have to fight about. It's such a dumb fucking battle, because being woke is actually extremely good for the world.
And I mean, some people have been convinced otherwise.
It's like crying wolf. Like at a certain point, you've said it so much. When do I believe you? woke is the same as progress. We're not even going to entertain that. There's a comment that says that it's not the same as progress. It absolutely is.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
Being a woke moralist, that's all.
He's doing the deep in the sauce perspective, huh? You're so deep into that rabbit hole, you're now like, actually the left are the fascists and the racists.
So if woke is not progressive, then it's conservative. I'm trying to figure out the angle with that. Which one is it? Is it centrist? Which one is it?
You're taking that logic too far. You can't do that, DJ.
Please explain to me. I'm very curious.
It's Tory. It's not even
woke is such a conservative thing that they're anti themselves at this point.
It's good to know. Yeah, no, you figured it out.
Dumb fuck. I'm so tired of these fucking idiots. I'm sorry. I can't bite my tongue anymore. I'm tired of fucking idiots. I'm tired of them. Stop listening to these channels that are making you more stupid. Turn them off. Do Google. For God's sake, download ChatGPT. It's going to give you better answers than all of these fucking awful channels that make money off of keeping you stupid. These people following these fucking channels, it's making our world so fucking stupid. Yeah. It's like it takes the fun out of the fandom because you guys don't watch things to enjoy them. You watch them to destroy them. Yep. It's two completely different things. You go into these movies and TV shows with the sole purpose of finding things you don't like instead of just going into it and enjoying what it is. There's a lot of things, as someone who has watched a lot of gay content over the years, there's a lot of things that I have watched in the gay spectrum where I've been like, that's too much. It doesn't work. Right. But I can't even have that nuanced conversation because the folks that don't like it just don't like it across the board. Yeah. So I can't even sit down with somebody and go, hey, let's talk about this gay film that you seem to have some issues with and find out where we connect at, because we can't even engage in that kind of dialogue. We can't even have that conversation.
It seems like there's going to be a gay plot. I mean, you look at these they're looking at each other. Oh, shit. Can't you just hear the fucking romantic music? They're like, hey, buddy, hey.
You're a soy boy and you stand against it. You stand for woke. That's what you do. You stand for woke.
So
you think you stand against bigots, but
I have to ask
I stand against bigots too. I stand against you then.
Because this soy shit's been so disproven and you love to use it.
It's a nice way of not calling you gay. You know, like in the old way of like people used to say,
let me ask you
stop
this.
being
Is
so
gay an insult?
Yeah.
So, okay, so
it used to be. Now it isn't so much. It should be again.
So calling somebody gay should be an insult.
Because it didn't mean homosexual. It meant lame. So soy is a nice way of saying, instead of saying gay, because here's the problem. All right. And the problem is you're quite right. Like, listen, people don't want to insult homosexuals. They don't want to insult the LGBTQ community, but they still want to use the kind of word that means lame, the way gay used to, but it no longer does. So we call you soy, okay, which means kind of weak, femmy, like linguini spined. That's what it means. We call you soy boys.
I like seeing your homophobia.
Yes, pussies. I just told you why it wasn't homophobia. Soy is about...
And then you did homophobia, dude.
No, it isn't. It just isn't. You're lying again. You're not listening. You have selective hearing. You know, I'm being honest with you and forthright. I didn't do that. You are lying again.
Wow.
Real time, you're lying. Like, you're not even waiting to go back and recut this in order to say
I don't have to recut.
You're lying real time. So soy is a nice way of saying,
fuck you, you fucking fat. Shut up.
Listen, people don't want to insult homosexuals. They don't want to insult the LGBTQ community, but they still want to use the kind of word that means lame. Listen, people don't want to insult homosexuals. They don't want to insult the LGBTQ community.
Oh, you're a pussy. Fuck you, you fucking faggot. Shut up.
In the old days, by that I mean the 90s, people used to say, stop being gay. They didn't mean homosexual. They meant lame.
Hey, Dave, time to turn on your Jordan Peterson voice. I don't know, Jordan Peterson, what you got to say about that?
What was the question? Only people with weak moral character get sick.
Yeah.
If you get sick, it's your own fault. The one thing you don't want to do is drink apple cider.
You will have you will have a depressive breakdown that will destroy you for weeks.
The next thing you know, you'll wake up and your daughter has put you in a coma in Russia. If I can't be a misogynist to you, I don't know what to do with you. Mr. Peterson, how many people have gone to prison based on Bill C-16? Up yours, woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who. And one of the things that I've offered is if you are a content creator, you can see in there, I'll give you a channel to post your shit. If you just want to write about your movie opinions, I'll give you a channel for that. If you come in and you see that there's not a channel for some fandom that you're part of, let me know. We'll make it. Somebody wanted a food channel. I made a food channel.
I fucking love that one.
Yeah, okay, we got to talk about this, man. What the? What the fuck are you kind of
weird shit
burrito are you eating that's got oats in it? Yeah, that's not a burrito, man.
They were dry and
yeah, no sauce, just poured. You know, like you wrap the burrito first, right? And then you need something in it, so you just pour the oats in. And you guys haven't tried that? And it's great if you do it all gluten free. That's when it fucking hits, man. My girlfriend showed me that if you dip it into water, it's even better.
Oh my god, delicious water.
What is going on over there?
Season it with some nice water.
You're fucking committing crimes over there in Denmark, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, listen, right? You put the oats into your like bowl, right? And then you get one of those like what the thing where you like grind ingredients, right? You do that. You sprinkle it on top, and it adds a little spice actually. Yeah, that's my favorite. That's the reason I like oats, because they're spicy. Listen, when I eat burritos, I want all the 5 food flavors. You get all of it with oats. You get the umami, you get the salt, the bitterness. That comes with the gluten-free, by the way. The sweetness, especially if it's like dry-aged oats, right? That's the best. Like proper dry oats. The sweetness is to die for. And then a little bit of acidity, right?
Shut up! Shut up! You're out of the initiative. You're out. You're out.
The acidity comes from the spit when it mixes with the oats and the burrito in your mouth. It comes. You guys should try it.
I think WandaVision is a good example of people seeing wokeness in it, because they would look at the show and they'd say, okay, you have a show where basically the male characters who are more stereotypically masculine are portrayed as evil. You have the evil masculine military general guy, even though he's technically doing the right thing. He's trying to stop, Wanda, who's basically being completely evil. And then the men that are considered more good are classically, I hate to use these terms, but are more stereotypically, passive or female in terms of kind of their characteristics. And the way that the show basically coddled Wanda, and they even had like a character, I forget her name, it was Captain Marvel character's daughter, enter in the show and basically make excuses for the fact that Wanda is, basically being a horrible villain, mind controlling, all these people and inflicting horrible pain on them. And when this is called out by the show gives this excuse in the dialogue of like, well, you don't know how much Wanda has lost, as an excuse. And it seems like there's like just this weird attitude towards, gender roles in some of the MCU properties that I think people are picking up on.
I would kind of disagree with a lot of that read.
That's a weird read of WandaVision. I've actually never heard that read before, so it's taking me a moment.
I have a little bit. I've kind of got into it with somebody about it, but like the idea that, I don't think that the show excuses what she's done. The show, and very clearly, when you follow up with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, that was just the beginning of this arc where she's going, she's losing it. She lost it, dude. Like, she is the villain in Doctor Strange. That was just kind of
I'm not disagreeing with that, obviously. But it's a different writer, different director.
But I mean, it was a plan.
WandaVision was pretty much set up to be like her villain origin story almost.
Right. And also, it's like, to say it's evil, if you want to call it that, that's a way to judge it.
Well,
sure,
I know you
but,
don't like the word evil, but immoral, whatever word you want.
It's definitely immoral. Definitely immoral. Definitely fucked up. I don't think the show at all or anybody is excusing that she mind controlled a bunch of people and stuff like that. I think what it was doing was approaching it with a sense of empathy for her mental state, which is different than if she was literally evil and deciding I'm gonna fucking do this evil shit. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't like a villainous intent. It was she didn't fully understand what she was doing, and then once she did, she was just kind of so lost in it. And like I think that's actually a reflection of how sometimes people with mental health issues are treated in the real world. I think that's more what it was commenting on than any kind of gender thing. And also Vision, Vision, he was kind of just moping around a lot when he was in the show, but at the end he had a badass fight with the other Vision. So I don't agree that he was just like not doing anything manly or whatever, but he's a robot, so maybe it shouldn't apply.
I could talk about why I don't like anti-fandom, but I'd rather talk about why I like the term anti-fandom, because I think it's a really good term. Anti-fandom, this movement, isn't about fandom or the media. It's about power, it's about brotherhood and ganging up. It's about feeling like you know some big secret, like you're the little guy taking on the big, shadowy, leftist, woke powers. At the end of the day, it's make-believe, it's playing pretend for adults, or, man-children. Despite what any of them say, it isn't about fandom. It's contrary to the definition of fandom, which is basically liking things together as a community. The end result of all this is just a vortex of hate and misery, and it's all revolving around this missing center where the media or the community or the liking should be, and it just isn't.
Oh, it's the stunning and brave. Oh my god.
I want to ask a question about this comment. How do you reconcile something that's factual and something that is just not? How do you meet in the middle between those things? How do you reconcile something that is like just avoiding reality, avoiding scientific consensus, avoiding things that you can see with your own eyes, and something that's just making bizarre claims that it's not rooted in any kind of observable empirical evidence? How do you reconcile those, man? That's the problem.
Yeah, like how do you reconcile the two opinions that trans people deserve to live their lives meaningful and just not affect, like they don't affect anyone else, and then the other viewpoint where it's like they don't want trans people to live, they want to ban everything that makes life good for them, they want them to kill themselves. Like how do you see these two? It's just like, oh well, it's just different opinion, let's just come together. Like how do you come together with those?
I mean, essentially the one side is trans people don't exist, which is just factually incorrect, and it's like you can't reconcile with that because it's just there's no fact, it's just a pure feelings-based argument.
This video is brought to you by
Reproduce. How can I be a white nationalist if I wear Reproduce? Checkmate, groomer.
Hey man, something's got to pay the bills around here. You guys consider supporting me on Patreon so that I don't have to do this type of gig anymore? Reproduce Griftwear, the only clothing line that's DMCA protected. Dress like a goddamn brick.
Reproduce.
This is a long-ass comment from Matt, but I just want to address one part of it here. One of the things I'm seeing that's very common with a lot of these comments is people trying to dismiss actual counts of SA and CP. Like I said, I can provide for almost every day for this entire year articles where someone who is involved with a church, a school, or somebody who is close to a family member who is heterosexual, who has done things like SA when it comes to children. I can do that because it's actually happening. It's really happening. You know what's not happening? Is all of the stuff you are claiming that the gay community is doing. And you know how I know it's not happening? Because there is no articles or convictions or arrest or anything. When I ask for receipts, you guys can never provide them. If gay and trans people were such a threat, you would see article after article after article of confirmed arrest, convictions, and trials for these people. But it is not happening. and you keep saying it, it's bigotry and propaganda.
Why is he doing what he's doing?
As far as what? Give me a specific
anything. Give me pick your own example and give it to me.
I'm not giving you anything.
Give me an example.
I'll tell you what. If you
I'll give you an example. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right?
Let's talk about. Go back to ISOM. What about it? Are you asking? What specific?
Wait. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right?
What specific action are you asking? Pretending? No. I'm gonna get stuck on this one. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right? Are you what? Let's talk about ISOM. You just asked me a question. Let's quit moving and go. There are plenty of people that don't know who Spider-Man is, dipshit.
Suffering Steve Ditko! How can you not know that Spider-Man first appeared in 1962's classic Amazing Fantasy number 15?
And I think one of the major points that he brought up was the Ghostbusters 2016 film.
Yeah,
was kind of like the it was kind of like the tipping point for where we were like, oh, companies are just going more for like
Ryan's taking a back seat.
The wokeness and stuff like that. Like, that was his opinion on it. Do you agree with that? Like, the quality of films have gone down since then, or do you think they are still like doing about the same as they were before?
It's honestly about the same. It's not any big difference. Ghostbusters 2016 was one of these meh movies that I find a lot of people like Critical Drinker and I don't know if Neurotic's done anything on Ghostbusters 2016. I'd be shocked. But a lot of these guys just whinge over it like
Almost
incessantly.
yeah.
And the movie came out like, what, 6 years ago? And yeah. I don't see how that's a reflection of...
I have an opinion on that. What I think happened with Ghostbusters 2016 is a certain, there was definitely a shift that happened with that movie. And just, right out the gate, I think it sucks. I hate that fucking movie. I couldn't get through it. But I don't think the shift was in the film industry as much as, yes, there's been a shift in the film industry, but I think that what you just described, as far as what Drinker described, is really a shift also in YouTube film commentary, which started focusing on this word woke as, something to put into the algorithm, and it goes in the algorithm, it goes into titles, and people click on it because it means whoever's reading it or hearing it wants it to mean.
Hasta la vista.
Nuance and context.
Well, then we should define the term right now. That way there's no more confusion going on.
Absolutely, we should.
What does woke mean to you?
I don't think it means anything. What does it mean to you guys?
Well,
okay, what's more racist, calling somebody a nick or doing a lynching?
I'm out.
Let's check out the quote tweets. Y'all really bought that shit-butt-ass comic book, I'm crying. It's crazy people think this guy is anything but a libertarian scam artist. This is some of the worst paneling and framing I've ever seen. They break the 180-degree rule twice on the same page. How do you pull that off? The 180-degree rule states that you keep the camera on one side of the characters. Imagine a line through the center of the characters and do not cross the line. The 180-degree rule is meant to help viewers understand where things are in the scene. They trying hard to defend this, talking about, bro, it's a perspective switch. Crazy how the guy that's only known for being a racist pick-me and complaining about woke Marvel and DC probably made the worst indie comic of all time. Y'all donated money to the guy that can't even choreograph a fight scene well in a comic book. Missing a whole-ass Clash panel. Character positions are inconsistent, which interrupts panel flow. No sense of movement, and everything looks still. Remember, this guy was going off on how crap other artists were, from people in the major leagues to small indie artists, and flaunting that he was going to be the next big thing. Alan Moore was right. If you want to get good at comics, you just have to find the most dogshit comics you can get hands on. This feels like a fake comic you would see a kid read in some low-budget Hallmark movie. At least I'll always be a better comic creator than these idiots. This was the comic that was going to destroy DC and Marvel, by the way. I know some 10-year-olds who can make better paneling than this shit. So glad Isom sucks donkey balls so I can make fun of it. Who want me to show y'all how to make one correctly? Not surprised they keep complaining about comics are dead when the story and art they writing feels generic and lacking in choreography. Eric needs to improve sooner. Otherwise, it'd be a fever dream to have long-term success. This is still the best worst fight scene in comic history. He has to talk shit on everyone else in order to try and build himself up, because he knows deep down he's a talentless hack. None of these grifters are any good. All their creative endeavors fall flat on their face and are quickly forgotten. Good.